This is our review of Asleep in My Palm, which is currently out on Tubi, so you can watch it for free. And let's get into the summary. To summarize the film, Beth Ann and her father are technically homeless. They live in a storage unit, and for most of Beth Ann's life, they've been on the move. They've lived in salvage from schools, hospitals that have shut down, and for the most part, they make do with Tom stealing things like bicycles and finding people that can help him sell them, since Tom is not really a people person. When it comes to Beth Ann, who is 16, they're close, but Beth Ann's coming to that point in life where she needs to have a coming of age moment. She needs to evolve beyond what her father wants her to be. And as they find themselves in this Ohio town near university, Beth gets her first taste of freedom, exploration, and by the movie's end, she gets a reveal that completely rocks her world. So when it comes to the review, there's only one topic, and it's an on-the-fence one, and it's just, this is the type of movie that leaves you wanting more. Now, the reason we say that is, when it comes to Asleep in My Palm, it's the type of movie that just drops you into a situation, and because of who Tom is, which is a veteran who may or may not have PTSD, and who keeps his trauma and feelings very close to the chest, he doesn't share much. He doesn't share much with his daughter. He doesn't share much with his business partner who helps him sell the things he steals. He doesn't even speak much to the convenience store owner, who's also a veteran, and helps him give his daughter some kind of normalcy by allowing her to use his bathroom. And low-key, I don't know if the convenience store owner knows or not, but Tom also stores a lot of his stuff in there, seemingly just in case anything happens to the storage unit they're living in. But getting to the point, everything with Tom is very much at arm's length, so even though you get all these intriguing things that he says, and you really want to know what led to him having all these thoughts and ideas, which are very antisocial sounding, but also very intellectual in a way. Unfortunately, that allure is never broken in terms of you getting a removal of the rose-colored glasses, at least to a certain degree. And then with Beth Ann, one of the initial appeals of this movie was it's supposed to be partly an LGBT plus story, and she does have a moment, but her moment comes maybe halfway or 3/4 through the film, so by the time she's no longer just Tom's daughter who lives most of her life in or around the storage unit, the movie's almost over. And unfortunately, when the movie leaves her, it feels like her story has just begun, and it's incredibly frustrating because, like Tom, you don't really get to feel like the story started. It sputtered a little bit. It seemed like it was going somewhere that you really want to be on a ride for, but by the time the movie ends, it seems like everything just dies and stops. And it's frustrating because these are such interesting characters and you want to really go on a journey with them, but again, it feels like just as things are starting to go, you get booted off and they leave you behind. Overall, when it comes to Asleep in My Palm, it's hard to not feel a bit on the fence about it. On the plus side, the characters are very intriguing and you want to go on a journey with them. But on the negative side, the characters don't want you to come on that journey. You get to peer into their lives, definitely get to be close enough to find them intriguing and want to get to know them more, but because you're always kept at arm's length, unfortunately, by the time the film ends, you barely feel like you know them at all. And because they held you out at arm's length for almost the entire film, it seems just as you were starting to get to know them, the movie was gaining traction and things like that, that's when the ending cuts you off and you're left there not necessarily feeling like you wasted your time, because this movie is less than an hour and a half, so it's kind of short compared to most movies, but you are in a position where you feel longing for more.